They were playing as Sun Wu of the Long Dynasty. We're gonna be using some Chinese units from the in-game faction Mako, and we'll see if the Chinese has a chance in the world of Bannerlord. Let's go. Alright, here we are. First of all, I just want to say, look at our banner. Look how cool it is. Look at that banner. After inspecting that really cool banner, we go into one of the major cities of Kuzait, Makeb, and we begin to sell off gear from our civilian section as we do not need it. And with this extra money, we buy a variety of food. I also then buy a thick wrapped wicker shield, and I then inspect the troop tree of the Makonians, which are the Chinese, but just in Bannerlord. And there we have access to Makonian Iron Guards, Makonian Chuko Nu, Makonian Heavy Swordsmen, Elite Horse Archers, and Chargers of the Eternal Sky. The Chuko Nu are very special, as they have a crossbow that apparently can shoot more than one bolt at once. So I'm pretty excited to try them, and our goal is to unlock them. I then go out and recruit our first batch of our Makonian levies, and then we head into a battle against our first looters to test how these Makonians really can fare in battle. Then a shield wall, because we have our square shields, which I love. I love that. Something that I found very interesting when I first learned that they had square shields. I was like, whoa, that's kind of nuts. I do want to see if I can maybe damage them a little bit. That was the biggest miss ever. Yeah, I'm not the best. Okay, that guy just literally juked me. Yeah, we are suffering a little bit. Okay, nice. We did it. Good job, boys. Our first battle had gone pretty well. We only lost 7 Makonians. I then head back to Chai Khan and sell the gear that we got, giving us a pretty mighty 2.7k dinars. I then head straight back out again, and we find 14 more looters to bully. Come on. There we go. Again, look at those. Look at that emblem, though. Let me just drop my weapons. Look, it's so cool. That dragon. Oh, it's sick. The head is a bit cut off on the shield, but, you know, it is what it is. I do like that we have spears, though. We don't have armor, pretty much. I can see that. Like, there's pretty much no armor in these guys. But I think we'll survive. And the reason why we are flying a dragon banner is because, again, we are part of Long Dynasty, which pretty much just means Dragon's Dynasty. Nice, boys. Now, our Makonian levy is actually pretty good to beat tier 1 troops. They have spears and pretty big shields. The only negative is that they have pretty much no armor, and their combat skills are not the best. This victory also got us a new headpiece and some new boots, so I'll take that. We then head back out again. It doesn't take long until we're actually attacked by steppe bandits. These are one of the toughest bandits in the game. Let's see how we do against them. Doesn't look good. They have horse archers, which kind of scares me a little bit. I think if we deal with the main ones first, maybe we'll be fine. I don't really know. I don't want to get shot. Don't shoot me, please. Oh, okay. That was pretty fast. Nice. Okay. Where did my horse go, though? Yeah, the biggest issue is the horse archers. Can I take your horse? I can't. Nice. Okay, go into a square. I think you guys will be a bit more protected if you sit in a square, right? Not that big. Guys, what are you doing? What is this square, guys? Here I decide to go off alone while our boys are in a square formation. The reason why is because I kind of want to sit in the path of the horse archers to either make them have to go further away, or if they go in my path, I can maybe stab a few of them. But I get kind of stuck. I'm gonna die out here. I'm trying to make myself a small target. I feel like I'll get killed anytime soon. Yeah, come at me, man. You won't. Alright. How am I not dead? Nice, boys. Nice. Are we actually winning this? If we win this, that's a miracle. Oh! Come on, get him! Nice! We actually did it! After a long and hardcore battle, we actually pulled through with a victory. That was so surprising to me. I was so happy. I then go over to Baltakan to reinforce our numbers. I also sell off some gear, and this is also where I find a glaive. And it's also a masterwork glaive, so of course I'm gonna buy it and equip it, as glaives were also one of the signature weapons of the Chinese. You know what? We can upgrade them, so let's do that. I think we'll make all of them into spearmen. I kind of want to get those Chuganu. I want to see how they work. But it would also be really good to get cavalry, of course. Like getting Maconian horsemen or just simply getting steppe lancers would be nice. To eventually get our dragons, our Charger of the Eternal Sky. Such a cool name. Such a cool name. We could also go for the Maconian Shielder. Just go for like heavy infantry. They don't have the best armor. It's like 28. After inspecting the troop tree more in depth, I also upgrade our units into Maconian spearmen, and I then also decide to go against 21 mountain bandits to test our new spearmen and see how they do. Hoorah! Infantry, move! Hoorah! The new spearmen doesn't seem to really be much different from the levy. They have more headpieces, but other than that, they have the same gear, but they have better skills. So the better skills, of course, translate to us getting more kills and them being more useful, but they die very easily. We deal with the infantry pretty quickly, and then we move over to deal with the cavalry. Okay, guys, if you did not know, just put your infantry in an open line formation in a square. It's way better than putting them into the square formation that you see on the left there. This is a lot better. It allows them the space they need to use their spears. As you can see, it stops every horse. While in square, you rarely stop every horse, and usually the cavalry will just go on the side of the square instead. This kind of mitigates that. Yeah, we won. We didn't have any deaths even. We had only 2 wounded. And then move on over to the second mountain bandit group, this time bigger, because I wanted to check if that was just luck that we didn't lose anyone, and I want to see how they do if they're outnumbered. I think the results speak for themselves. The Maconian spearmen are not bad. They just don't have good armor, so if we go up against archers, they will kind of have difficulty. But again, they have a huge shield, but then how much HP does the shield have? The spearmen don't seem too bad at all, as having spears is of course one of the best weapons in the game, especially for units that are standing in formation. So pretty good. I would say tier 2 units, pretty good. We then deal with the cavalry really fast, and then we move on, of course, from our 2 victories. Oh, he was really nice. We lost 8. We had 8 deaths, but still, that is huge. After these battles, we also reach Clan Tier 1, which I think is well deserved. I then take my time and hire up as many as I can, and we're at 62, and I decide to head more north to fight some Sea Raiders, as I want to test the metal against some more proper bandits. I want to fight that many at once. I feel like that's kind of scary, you know? I then on accident attacked 41, which is exactly what I didn't want to do. We get to test our units more thoroughly, so let's hope we don't die. Okay, boys. Are we ready? We're gonna get killed. Look, it's raining, guys. Raining. Raining pain. Good that they have shit aim. Not anymore. I shouldn't have spoken that fast. Okay, okay. Calm down, guys. Oh no, this is... Oh, my stamina. Come on, let's get him, boys. Let's get him. Come on. Get him. I have no stamina. Come on, boys, push through. Push through. Get him. Get the chief. Nice. Look at them run. This was an extremely surprising victory, and I honestly don't really know how we won. I guess our numbers just pulled through. We did have quite a lot of losses though, with 25, so I head immediately back to replenish our numbers. While replenishing our numbers, I sell off all the gear that we have in our inventory, and I buy some well-needed upgrades for ourselves, a new sword and some new armor. I then talk to Gusukan Beg, and I ask him to marry Mela, and for pretty cheap, he accepts. And so we have a new wife and a commander, which is huge, especially this early on. We then go on forth to just kill some bandits, because why not? It's a little celebration. You gotta bully some people after you've married, you know? Just how it is. After this, we can finally upgrade our Makonian Spearman, and so we upgrade him into Makonian Skirmisher, and we are one step closer to the Chugonu. We then go against some sea eaters to test out our skirmishers, and they prove to be quite good. And a lot of fun to just watch harass the enemy. A lot of misses, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. All right. Not 1 inch. Get him. Okay, that was amazing. After these pretty fun battles, I go back to Land of Kuzite and I buy some well-needed armor again. This time, a lot better. And now we also look closer to a Chinese infantry. And a few days later, I can also upgrade our Makonian skirmishers again, and this time we are not even that far away from the Chugonu, and we're able to upgrade them into Makonian crossbowmen. And after this, I decided to change the banner icon into another dragon, because I thought, why not? Let's just try out different banners. And so I changed it into another Chinese dragon, and I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. And then move on over to test our new crossbowmen. Woo! And see how they fare. And so we bully some mountain bandits, just for fun. Yeah! These are also the first proper range units we have. They don't have the best range and they miss a lot, but once the enemy gets close enough, they actually get a lot of kills. Dude, we're missing so hard, and I think that's because they have pretty heavy bolts, which also makes sense why their range is so short. Hey, don't do that. Dude, this is already crazy. Imagine with the Chugonu. Imagine the Chugonu. Skipping a few days forward of farming some bandits, we can finally upgrade our crossbowmen into Makonian quick-fire crossbowmen. Let's go. Oh, they got shorter. I can't wait to see this crossbow in battle. Oh my god. And Mela also gives birth to our first child, a daughter. So that's also pretty sick. We then go to test our quick-fire crossbowmen against some other ranged bandits, just to see how they fare against other ranged units. I think this will be really interesting to see. Okay, oh, this is gonna be crazy. Okay, we're just gonna put our infantry into like a shield wall. Gonna make our archers hold fire for now. We put our infantry forward in a shield wall, and we're just gonna march our archers forward here. All right, are we ready? Fire! Or no? It seems like the range of our quickfire crossbowmen is extremely short. And so I move them forward in the hopes that they will actually start shooting. Oh my god, they shoot 3 bolts! Yo! This is crazy. They have like no range though. They have very poor range. It is so sick to just hear the crossbows sound like a machine gun in the background. But it's also really funny that they have absolutely no range. I don't know why, but it was just really funny. So I had to send them in as melee a little bit after because they just couldn't shoot the bandits. And so after I tried to test them against some infantry and see if they're better as anti-infantry instead. We just missed everything. Huh. The quickfire crossbowmen, they seemed pretty weak. I didn't understand why, and so I had the big hopes that the Chugonu would be better. And so I headed straight to just start farming hideouts or anything I could just find to level up our crossbowmen. So that's what I did for the next half an hour. And in the middle of all of this, we also get to clan tier 2 because I'm farming so much. And so we talk to Munchug Khan, and we're able to join the Kuzite as a vassal. Maybe soon we can carve out the lands for the Chinese. I also bought some small upgrades to our armor, and we can finally upgrade our Makonian quickfire crossbowmen into Chugonu. And so I immediately go out and test our new Chugonu. Oh, they have way better range. Whoa! Oh, that's so cool. Look at the range. They're shooting all the way from here. Wow. Chugonu, man. Chugonu. And this was extremely exciting and so cool to see their insane range and how they could just shoot bolt after bolt after bolt. It was so cool. But this excitement comes to an end pretty quickly because after I die and the battle goes into auto-resolve, the Chugonu are not able to get a single kill and only get kills if they go into melee. So there's clearly something wrong. And so I go into the troop inspector and I find the issue. The Makonian Chugonu have bolts with 0 damage. And so our Chugonu are sadly useless because the tree is bugged, but it was at least really cool to see. And so I move on to test some other units. I go for the Makonian Iron Guard, and I plan to upgrade some other units to the Makonian Chargers of the Eternal Sky, our dragons, or with other names, just heavy cavalry. So that's my plans going forward. It was sad that the Chugonu were so useless, but it was still a lot of fun to see. And after this, our daughter Xiao Mei finally comes of age. And so our daughter has grown into quite a commander, and she of course has amazing gear, because why wouldn't she? She's our daughter of the Long Dynasty. We then head into battle to, of course, farm some XP because we need new units. And so we just absolutely decimate a caravan guard, because that's a lot of fun to do, and it gives us a lot of XP and gear. We then move back to Kuzite and go to Odoch, and I buy some new armor, and we're actually looking like a Chinese Imperial, and we're looking pretty sick, I gotta say. Looking pretty good. After this, the Kuzites actually vote for declaring war on the sturgeons. And of course, I'm gonna agree, it's time for us to carve out land for the Long Dynasty. And so war is declared, and I go, of course, into hideouts to farm some XP because we can't really go to war against the sturgeons with a bunch of farmers. And after we have farmed enough XP, we have the Makonian Great Shielders turned into the Makonian Iron Guard. And on top of that, we have some tier 3 horsemen, the Makonian Steppe Lancers, who will maybe soon turn into our dragons. Now, sitting on the border in one of the castles of Dinar, a sturgeon lord passes by, and we quickly turn it into his demise. And we help a fellow Lord Ilatar to take down these sturgeons, and we can test out our new units, our hell of a cavalry and our slow but steady Iron Guard. Yeah, boys, hold the line.
Infantry, form a shield wall. Infantry.
Actually, just charge in. Just charge in. They're disorganized. Dude, we are slaughtering them. Our Steppe Lancers are getting 41 kills, 42 kills. This is crazy. We have only one death. Look at our KD. Holy. There we go. That's it. We absolutely crush them, and we move on to our next victim, Osman. Now it's just us alone against this puny little sturgeon. And we march our way over with our Iron Guard while our cavalry goes and attacks. Of course, the bad thing with Iron Guard is that they're really slow, but they're, of course, like a turtle in battle, and they're extremely tanky. And it gets to the point where we can't even reach the enemy with our Iron Guard before the whole battle is pretty much over because our cavalry ate all of the sturgeons. So that was that victim dealt with as well. Nice. I then have to go back to Kuzite to sell off all this gear because we're almost at inventory capacity, and I buy an extremely good helmet, which I think is a helmet that is inspired by the Chinese of the Song Dynasty, where you would see these heavy infantrymen with glaives, and that's literally what we look like, and we have a glaive, so I think we're doing it pretty right. We then head back out, and we help the Kuzites take down another sturgeon army. This again was such a extremely fast battle, but of course it makes sense. We had the extreme number advantage, but still it's so short. And I gotta say, it was so much fun running into battle as like a super heavy Song Dynasty infantryman. It was a lot of fun. After his victory, there's a vote for a new owner of Urikskala Castle, which we of course win. Like, hello, like they gotta pay the Chinese, you know? Let's go. I sit in my castle for a little bit and I build up a huge army, and we start moving into Sturgeon territory, this time being led by the Chinese of the Long Dynasty. And we move straight to Sibir and we start sieging it. And so a huge battle of one of Sturgeon's main cities begins. Ay. Our archers are not doing that much either. They're just standing here. I don't really know why. Let's get in there, though. There's at least 2 ladders. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's 1 ladder down. Get it up. Come on, get the ladder up. Our ram did not make it. Damn. Okay, let's get in there. I'll go on the right flank. Move. Move your asses. Come on, boys, get in. Nice. Is that Mela? Oh! Open the doors. Nice. We chase them into the keep and we take the city. Sibir belongs to the Long Dynasty. We have done it. And we didn't even have that many losses, which I'm pretty happy about. We own Sibir and we have carved out land for the Chinese. And this is where these 200 days ends. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please press a like, drop a comment, whatever you want to do. Maybe subscribe. It really helps me out. And again, I really appreciate you. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I'll see you another time.